presented by Seat77.com. As always, Dave Dabbah is coming to you live from the Super Plus Seat 77 broadcast studio in the heart of Silicon Valley. Now, Dave Dabbah.
Good afternoon, North America. I am Dave Dabbah, and this is the Dave Dabbah Big Show for a Friday. Oh boy, Producer Buck, a huge show for everybody today. Super excited about this show, I can't tell you. The Colin Kaepernick saga is turning from a saga into a epic saga. The Pelicans stun OKC. FIFA gets ready to elect another corrupt president. The NFL shop is still trying to sell me NFC championship gear. Steph goes for 51, and I can't wait to go to the BetterCallSaul night at the ballpark. All of that and more on today's super big show. Okay, so Producer Buck wants me to remind everybody, info@seat77.com. Send us your emails and we will read them on the air next week. Hashtag 4-point line. Start using it. We are putting together a campaign for a 4-point line for StephCurry, who last night went for 51 in a win over the vaunted Orlando Magic. I think the final on that was 130 to 114. It's like almost every day you got to get a Steph Curry story in. Producer Buck, that's 51 points last night, 42 points the night before in back-to-back nights. Is that a record? We're going to have to look that up and see if that's a record. That is 93 points in back-to-back games in back-to-back nights for Steph Curry. All right. Okay. Oh, that's right. iTunes. Subscribe to the big iTunes channel when you have a chance, North America. We have made it into the top 100 podcasts, sports podcasts, that is, on iTunes. So make sure you subscribe to the Dave Dabbah Big Show iTunes channel when you have a chance, North America. We've got you covered. If you're in Canada, if you're in Minnesota, if you're in South Carolina to Florida, all the way to the golden state of California, we want to talk sports with you, North America. Okay, so we're going to kick today's show off by getting into some politics. That's right. It is FIFA election time. And Gianna Infantino is your new FIFA president. Congrats to Gianna Infantino as your new FIFA president. Producer Buck, go ahead and roll the audio.
I cannot express my feelings in this moment. I told you I went through a journey, an exceptional journey, a journey which made me meet many fantastic people. Many people who love football, who live football, who breathe football every day. And many people who deserve that FIFA is highly respected. And we will restore the image of FIFA and the respect of FIFA. And everyone in the world will applaud us and will applaud all of you for what we'll do in FIFA in the future. We have to be proud of FIFA, and everyone has to be proud of FIFA, and we have to be proud of what we will do together.
Look, I have a really controversial way of thinking about becoming a FIFA president. Look, I think, Producer Buck, if you want to be a successful president of FIFA, you better have some level of corruption in your blood. Sure, it would be nice for FIFA to elect someone who actually has integrity as a cornerstone of their persona. But that, in fact, would be a huge mistake. Look, someone with Forrest Gump's integrity, or anyone who starred on the Andy Griffith Show, would spell doom for FIFA, Producer Buck. Can you imagine Taylor Swift running FIFA? Look, Producer Buck, Taylor Swift is just too nice. The bottom line is, to be successful as a FIFA president, I do mean a significant amount of corruption is needed to convince any country, third world, second world, or first world country to build 10 plus, 80,000 plus seat stadiums across their lands. You need corruption to get that done. Look, those stadiums that just 4 weeks after the FIFA fanatics are gone will remain dormant like the Backstreet Boys' career. Look, it's unbelievable what FIFA does. They go into these countries, they have them build all of these stadiums, and then they leave, and those stadiums just sit there and rot. And I think it takes a level, and I know this is controversial, but I believe it. I think it takes a level of corruption to actually be a successful FIFA president. North America, do you agree? Do you disagree? We want to hear from you. info@seat77.com. Tell us what you think. You can also tweet on the Seat 77 app. We would love to hear your thoughts. But Gianna Infantino, and by the way, speaking of corruption, it took 2 votes for Gianni to actually get the win. So you really wonder what happened in that second vote. What kind of things were promised by the politician that is Gianna Infantino to get elected? You just really wonder, right? So I believe corruption is good in FIFA. Look, last night, the Pelicans, they found a way to beat OKC. The final, 123-119. Look, everybody has jumped on the OKC bandwagon since the All-Star game. All of the NBA analysts are saying the only team that could actually challenge the Golden State Warriors in the West is OKC. I disagree. I still think that Greg Popovich has some tricks up his sleeve. If there's a team out of the West that I think can challenge him, it would be Popovich. That being said, OKC lost. Do you know what the Pelicans' record is? They lost to a Pelicans team that is just a scary 23-35. The Pelicans are, in fact, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 6 games out of the 8th spot in the West. And OKC lost to them last night. Don't tell me that OKC has a legitimate chance at beating the Golden State Warriors when they can't get by the Pelicans. I'm just saying. It's just amazing. Okay, so moving on. I'm not sure if anybody's seen this yet, but as everybody knows, I like to do some research. So I'm doing some research last night. And I'm on, I don't know, one of the sports sites that are out there. And I come and I see it. The new Acura NSX is coming out. Now, I'm not sure if everybody knows the story behind the Acura NSX, but I think it was probably maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Acura announced that they were rolling out a brand new Acura NSX. And so they had a commercial for a car that didn't exist. It's true. This is a true story. They made a essentially, like in the software world, being here in the Silicon Valley, we would call it a beta product, vaporware, if you will. And so they had this vaporware car, and they made it drive and they made it look cool, but they never actually produced it. So Acura has finally got around to producing a new Acura NSX. Super excited about it. I was so excited. So then I started hunting on their website. How much will the Acura NSX cost me? How much will it set me back? And the answer is the cost of a house in Southern California 20 years ago. $168,000 plus for a brand new Acura NSX. Actually, here's the number. This is the base price of the Acura NSX. $168,400. I love how they throw in the $400. Like, they're not making a profit on the Acura NSX unless they get that $400 out of you. And that's where the profit, that's clearly where the profit lies. Okay, so we've got a couple other quick stories for everybody today. Not sure if you all saw this, but the Better Call Saul night is going to be happening at a minor league baseball stadium in Albuquerque. All of that is coming up in August. We want to get your ideas, North America. We know that this listenership has some good ideas about what would be a good baseball ballpark promotion. Now, look, being in Northern California, I've got the A's and Giants, and both teams do lots of promotions around a bunch of different things. But their favorite promotion is those stupid bobbleheads. Don't get me wrong, North America. I want a bobblehead. But after not being one of the first 10,000 fans in at AT&T Park, guess what I got, Producer Buck? That's right, I got air. Nothing but air. All right, so I have an idea. In the Silicon Valley, we should have a Mark Zuckerberg night. I envision the team at Facebook building a special app just for the people at AT&T Park. In this app, you get to rate who's hot and who's not. For those of you that don't know the story behind Facebook, that is how it started, the who's hot and who's not. But I think it'd be fun to have an app like that at the ballpark. And I know all of you, when you go to the ballpark, that is actually what you're doing. Okay, so we went back and we looked and we said, what were some of the really cool minor league promotions that have happened over the last couple years? Because we didn't have anything else to do last night, so our crack staff came up with the following. Garfield versus Odie in a minor league hockey game. A minor league baseball team, this is one of my favorites, dressed up as a taco. Back to the Future baseball jersey night, and of course the Nickelodeon slime-themed uniforms. You gotta love it. So Better Call Saul night is going to be coming up in Albuquerque. I believe the game is in August. If you're in Albuquerque in August, you've got to go to Better Call Saul night. Okay. Producer Bach, I forgot. God, I keep forgetting to tell this story. Okay, so before we get into this, we're going to get into our main story here in a sec. It is our Colin Kaepernick saga story. We'll cover that for everybody. Download the Seat 77 app when you have a chance. You can check it out at seat77.com. The iTunes channel, as we mentioned, blowing up North America. So subscribe to the big iTunes channel when you have a chance. All right. Hey, I have a special note for the NFL shop. So it goes like this. Hey, NFL shop, you had 1 week to sell me NFC North Championship gear. 1 week after the Vikings won the division, up to the last second that the Blair Witch Project pushed the ball left. Every single time, Producer Buck, that I am on NFL.com, I get served the same old ad of the same happy girl wearing NFC North Championship gear. Sure, we won the division, and as all of you know, I bragged a lot about that, but I stopped after a week. I wonder how many more months I'm actually going to have to sit here and suffer through that NFC North Championship ad. Look, the Blair Witch Project pushed the ball left. The second that happened, that ad needed to come down, NFL shop. Okay. Send us your emails, info@seat77.com. We want to hear from you, North America. Okay, our main story of the day, if you will. Colin Kaepernick. I got to tell you, being out here in the Silicon Valley and being in the Bay Area, I have watched the ups and downs of the Colin Kaepernick era. And I'm really ready for the Colin Kaepernick era, to be honest, to be over. But the saga is more than a saga. It has turned into an epic saga. We went back and we looked at all of the reports that had kind of came out on the Colin Kaepernick saga. And we looked at it, and there are literally like 15 different rumors and notes that came out since December 6, 2015. You'd think we would have said like December 2013. 15 separate rumors have come out since December 6th. It all starts on December 6th with Colin Kaepernick could stay with the 49ers next season. Then on January 15th, Chip Kelly will have some kind of say about Colin Kaepernick's 49ers QB position. Look, I sure hope Chip Kelly would have some kind of say about his future position with the 49ers. And then, of course, leave it to Jed York on January 26th, just one day after my birthday. 49ers owner Jed York says, this is a fresh start for everybody. So anyways, it goes on and on and on, and it just goes on. And, there's a report that he wants to be traded to the Jets on February 3rd. And the story behind that is just ugly if you are a true National Football League fan. The reality is that Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend lives and works in New York. And I think it's ridiculous that a quarterback in the National Football League would put his girlfriend before his team. That is not leadership, Colin. at least on the field. You know what I mean, producer Bug. On the field. You got football first, girlfriend second when we're talking about stuff on the field, Colin. You should know better. So anyways, 2 days ago, Trent Baalke at the NFL Combines, which I call the Spandex Olympics. Now, all the other media outlets are calling it the Underwear Olympics. They're not wearing underwear. They're wearing spandex. It's a Spandex Olympics, ESPN. So anyways, 2 days ago at the NFL Combines, Trent Baalke, who talks kind of, he's got kind of a deep voice like this. And so Trent gets up there and he says, well, Colin is going to remain a 49er and he will be on the team, after April 1st. So that's my Trent Baalke, which actually isn't bad. It's not quite as raspy. But and then one day, this came out yesterday, Colin Kaepernick's agent requests a trade. Just one day after Trent Baalke, says that he wants to keep Colin Kaepernick. His agent, Colin's agent, comes out just one day after Trent and asks for a trade. Look, it is amazing that that the 49ers are even putting up with this. But I think there's a backstory underneath it all. There were a lot of injuries that Colin kind of suffered through last year. He had several surgeries. Some of those were a little bit kind of questioned, but nobody really kind of came out and said anything. There's $11.6 million guaranteed if Colin is still on the team. I think it's at the start of March. And so it's one of those things where the 49ers are trying to be cautious about how they handle everything. So they thought that, well, we'll bring him back and we'll try to make it work. I mean, Chip Kelly obviously likes him and wants to work with him, but I don't think Colin wants to play for the 49ers at all. I think Colin is done. I think Colin's days in San Francisco are over, North America. Tell us what you think. Anyway, so that is the big show for a Friday. We are wrapping up week number 3. Remember, hashtag 4-point line. Also, homework assignment for the listeners. Send us your minor league baseball or Major League Baseball promotional nights that you want to see. We said that we wanted to see Mark Zuckerberg night at AT&T Park, filled with where there's a special app and everybody gets to rate who's hot and who's not. We know you're doing that, North America. All right. Well, listen, it's been a great week. We really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Big Dave Dabbah Show. For the silent one, producer Buck, I am Dave Dabbah, reminding you that not everyone can be a champion, but everyone can act like one can. And good luck, North America.